So we're going to look at building altar for the narcissist. Listen here, child of God. Narcissists wouldn't thrive as much as they do if we did not build the altar. Narcissists will not thrive in their wicked ways if you did not build that altar by staying and enduring through abuse. We're called to endure through hardship, but abuse is not hardship. It's demonicship. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. So when you stay with a narcissist, you are building an altar for them to sacrifice you. You're literally building an altar for them to sacrifice you, your children, and your bloodline. The devil plays for keep, and he plays for generations. It's not just about you. If you have a child with a narcissist, they're snatching that child too, to raise that child to become a narcissist. It's not just about you. So you and your children and bloodline are the offering the narcissist give to the devil. And the devil does reward the narcissist for it. The altar cannot be built unless someone builds it. It cannot. So we see here in 1 Kings 11:8, it says, Solomon built such shrine for all his foreign wife. Okay? To use for burning incense and sacrificing to their gods. You have to, altars need someone to build upon. All right, to build it. You are the one building that altar for the narcissist. Narcissists cannot have an altar to sacrifice on if you don't stay. If you don't build it or stay, they don't have no altar. There is nothing for them to place as a sacrifice, a living sacrifice. When you're in a narcissistic, abusive relationship, you are a living sacrifice. You and your children and the whole bloodline. What built the altar is you, and what keeps the altar burning is you as well. Your sacrifice, which will be your children, your purpose, your identity, okay? Your gifts, your voice, your light, your relationship with God, and also toxic behaviors. Narcissists, demons thrive off that. All of that is going on the altar. And they're feasting on it. They're feasting on it. They are literally feasting on it. So Leviticus 6:3 says, the fire shall ever be burning upon the altar. It shall never go out. When an altar is built, right? Fire has to keep burning. You have to keep on feeding the altar. Every argument is feeding the altar. Every abortion is feeding the altar. Every sin that you're doing with the narcissist is feeding the altar. Every type of toxic words you're speaking is feeding the altar. You having children, feeding the altar. This is why narcissists are so strategic with what they do, to provoke reaction, to do certain things to you, to have you do certain things with them as well. So when we build altars for the narcissist and place ourselves on there, this brings the wrath of God on us. Oftentimes we focus on the narcissist getting their karma. Listen, the narcissist is living their karma. You don't understand what it's like to be cut off from God, the source of life. That means a narcissist is dead, is a dead vessel that is filled with demons. When they don't do what the demon tells them to do, they get tormented. Even if they do it, they get tormented. These people have no rest. They can't even sleep at night. They have no peace. They're living their karma each and every day. But you as a child of God, God will always deal with you first. And it says in 1 Kings 11:9, the Lord was very angry with Solomon, for his heart has turned away from the God of Israel, who had appeared unto him twice. God's wrath will come upon us when our heart is turned away from him to serve other gods. Other gods, the narcissist. Other gods, Satan. God's wrath would come to us. And God give us warning, child of God. The things that we suffer in this relationship with narcissists, that was the wrath of God. That was the wrath of God upon us. And I know many of us, we like to say, oh, why would a loving God do this? Why would a child disobey their father? See, I like to be transparent and honest. God speaks to us and we just ignored it because of our heart desire. This is what I want. This is my type. Okay? It's not everyone that they do witchcraft on. Even in my situation where this individual did witchcraft, guess what? God wrath still came against me. The Lord still said, you sinned against me. Before I met this person, they did witchcraft. I was literally on vacation, looking in the mirror in the bathroom, and I'm seeing this person's face. And then I'm hearing music playing from when I previously dated them. Got back home, and y'all, it was like my mind was pulling. The witchcraft was taking place. Yet I wasn't in contact with this person. I haven't spoken to this person in 7 years. So why did God say I sinned against him? If that happened to me, I still did, you guys. When I left 7 years, the first time when I left, the Lord told me I was going through the process of breaking the soul tie. The Lord told me to get rid of a dress. I refused to get rid of that dress. I love that dress. However, I wore that dress for an event for this individual. I didn't understand how much power that was in and the emotions tied to that dress. So because of one item that I held on to, the process of severing the soul tie was never completed. So when he was doing witchcraft, guess what? It landed. A curse cannot land without cause. Well, she has this clothing still. That's a gateway. That's still a sin. I was disobedient 7 years out. I was disobedient back then. And because of my disobedience, 7 years later, that's what I had to deal with. So the wrath of God would definitely come upon us. The loss of our peace, our joy, our money, our finances, everything that we lost in that situation, the pain that we go through, that is the wrath of God too. Yes, the devil inflicted, but God allowed it. That's our judgment. That's what happened when we walk away from the Most High. So the things God wants us about is the very thing that the devil would use to enslave us. So in 1 Kings 11:10, it says, he had warned Solomon specifically about worshiping other gods, but Solomon did not listen to the Lord's command. He did not listen to the Lord's command. So child of God, what did God warn you about that you dismiss? God would tell us, listen, you got people-pleasing ways. I need you to work on that. We think it's something light. Not understanding you're going to run into a narcissist and they're going to attack you right there. You got rejection. I need you to work on that. God knew Solomon was going to serve other gods. He knew it. It was in his heart. And he told him. Solomon did not listen to God. So when God tells us things, it's not just listening, but you take it in a place of repentance and prayer and get God to pull that out of your heart. Because all it means is in a future time, that is the very door the enemy is coming in at. That's the very door. Okay? So when you don't listen to God's warning, you will fail. You will fall for the devil trap every time. The warning comes to alert you as to what is in your soul and what needs to be addressed. So God's warning is literally his protection for us, right? It is his protection. If we listen, he give us strategy as well. So when we do encounter a situation where people want to take advantage of us or anything like that, God will give us the strategy so that we can overcome these situations and not fall in the trap of the enemy. So far, you guys, we're going to go ahead and sum things up right here. If you stay with the narcissist in a demonic covenant marriage or whatever, few things you're going to lose: your relationship with God. You're also going to lose your divine birthright, okay? And I'm going to read 1 King 11:11. It says, so now the Lord said unto him, since you have not kept my covenant and have disobeyed my decree, I will surely tear the kingdom away from you and gave it to your servant. God took the kingdom away from Solomon. He literally took the kingdom away from Solomon. God has bestowed upon you a kingdom. In Luke 22:29, it says, and I appoint unto you a kingdom as my Father has appointed unto me. Matthew 25:34 says, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, come, you blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. So you lose that. It was prepared. God, governmental power, God power was literally given to you. His government was given to you before the foundation of the world. But when you're entering into a demonic covenant, it calls you to lose that kingdom. It calls you to lose that kingdom. And when you don't have the kingdom of God, the blessings of God is not with you. This is why we see a lot of poverty in bloodline. Poverty doesn't just come because you got bad spending habit. No, 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 no. Poverty starts spiritual first. Poverty is spiritual, psychological, and practical. You don't just get to the practical. No. A lot of the poverty that are in bloodline is literally because of spiritual, a demonic covenant. When you're in covenant with the devil, poverty is where you're going to receive. When you're in covenant with God, nothing but wealth and blessings. Nothing but wealth and blessings. Because the government of God, again, God kingdom, nothing but wealth and abundance. All right. So you have to understand something. Your bloodline as well will be impacted. This is not just about you. It will also impact your children. In 1 Kings 11:12, it says, "But for the sake of your father David, I will not do this while you're still alive. I will take the kingdom away from your sons." So God had his covenant with David. He said, for David's sake, I'm still taking that kingdom from you. However, I'm going to let you keep one. So Solomon had the 12th tribe of Israel in his kingdom, but God gave 11 away and let him keep one. And it wasn't because God, couldn't keep his promise when he said he's taking it all away, but that's where Jesus came through the royal bloodline of David. God needed that kingdom established. So because of his own program, his purpose, God told him, you're going to have one. However, Solomon's son couldn't keep it. So you will stay in a relationship with a narcissist. You'll prosper financially. You'll have the house, the car, the money, and everything at the expense of your soul. But all that success, your children's not going to receive that. The blessings that God has for you, God can literally cause you to enjoy some blessings here. But your children is not going to receive that. Why? Blessings are meant to be generational. Whatever we receive from God is not temporary. God doesn't operate like that. In Adam, he placed all mankind. So what makes you think God blessing you is just for you and that's it? No. It's for the entire bloodline. But they don't get that based on what you do.